Hello. In the last video, I was showing about the OpenAI spec, about how it's a common spec that lots of models, lots of platforms all use, all support. And I also, in that, mentioned Microsoft Agent Framework. And I said that that's I would think something like that would be the more appropriate way to do all this. It has way more agentic um, capabilities, wraps up certain things you don't have to worry about, and it's also really straightforward. And so I'm going to prove that to you. So here's the old code. I did move around some things just a little bit. I put the import statements at the top. I also changed the model where had the model names. I changed to this OpenAI chat model ID is now the new key. But other than that, the code is exactly the same that you would have seen in that previous video. Okay, so this is using the OpenAI stuff directly. Here's using the Microsoft Agent Framework. So what I did here was I did a UV add agent framework. So that in turn brought in agent framework here. Okay. And then this code here, it has the concept of OpenAI as well. So I can bring in from the agent framework, OpenAI, the OpenAI chat client. And this is the thing that I'm going to be chatting with. Then, again, for the purposes of spitting it out on the in the print statement, which I realize now I didn't even have to do this. I could even make this even smaller. You'll see why in a second. Put that here. Um, so with less lines of code, I'm going to be able to do the exact same things that I did over here, where this main method or this Python file, which used the OpenAI, um, now I can use Microsoft Agent Framework. And so you can say, well, wait a second, how come I just put this model into this print statement and I don't pass it here and I don't use it? It's because here's the Microsoft documentation about all this. So this is the Microsoft Agent Framework in Python. And you know how I was saying about how I was trying to say that OpenAI, that API is opinionated. And so I couldn't find documentation on it. I'm sure there's really good documentation. I just couldn't find it. But the Microsoft Agent Framework, it's very similar. So when you create this OpenAI chat client, if you set an environment variable that's OpenAI API key, it'll just work. If you set a environment variable called OpenAI base URL, it will just work. In addition to that, you can also set this OpenAI chat model ID. I tried to use that in the OpenAI one. It actually didn't work. There might be a way to do it. Not sure. So the point is, going back to the code here, now I can just new up this OpenAI chat client that by the opinions would say it's going to look for those three keys: the model ID, the base URL, and the OpenAI key. Going to use it, and now I can just create an agent with the same instructions. Tell me a joke, and by the way, just to kind of prove it, so here we go. Here's Google, right? I got brand new keys for tonight. I'll delete them again after this video. But Gemini, um, I can just run this. Tell me a joke. Let me just. Oops, don't know what I just did there. I was just proving that that's how I added it to my using UV add Microsoft Agent Framework. So this one here, I'm just going to call the Google Gemini Flash. So why was the JavaScript developer sad? Because he didn't know how to express himself. That's funny. I'm pretty sure that was the same joke as last time. So it must be very standard jokes that are out there. Anyways, doesn't really matter. That's not the point of this. So that's using Google, using Hugging Face. Again, I'm just proving that the Microsoft Agent Framework does not have to use Microsoft stuff, open source framework, and it adheres to all the specifications, so it can call any models, uh, um, elsewhere. And this one is because they prefer debugging indoors where there are fewer bites of daylight. I don't know what the question was. uh, that was interesting. Oh, here we go. Why don't programmers like to go camping? Because they prefer. Yeah. Okay. Great. So that's Hugging Face. The next one is Amazon. That was that Nova model I just learned about today. And again, same thing. It's just going to work because it's the same specs. This is Microsoft Agent Framework. This isn't the OpenAI stuff, but and this one, why did the computer go to school? Because it needed to improve its bite. Okay, cool. And I'll just keep going down the road here. GitHub models. Same thing, exact same thing, XAI, and we'll see if it's the same joke as that one, or as the previous video. Um, oh, no, why did the computer go to therapy? Because it had too many bytes of emotional baggage. I think that's very similar to last time I asked that joke. That's okay. That's not the point of this video. But the point of this video is, yeah, it's just using less code to use Microsoft Agent Framework, more capabilities, uh, and it's a little bit more opinionated, I think, which, good and bad. We don't have to, too. Like, I could have passed. No, now I'm using the Microsoft Agent Framework. I could have passed that to the OpenAI chat client, um, but I didn't in this case. Why did the programmer quit his job? Because he didn't get a raise. I like that one. That's the best. And with that, maybe I'll stop there. Well, I will say this. I did try to use the Microsoft Foundry local. I did get an error because it does, I do have to, these are asynchronous, so I had to await them. And there was some problem with asynchronous in Microsoft Foundry. I didn't try Olama. I, I, that's probably not what we do anyways, so I just didn't go that far. But yeah, I thought that'd be another cool video for everyone.